So I'm back with another piece to share with everyone. This piece is called Old Habits, and it's about being a kid and living through your parents' addiction, seeing it happen and seeing what it's like for them, and just always having to deal with being really up close and personal with the lifestyle that is addiction, and I mainly wanted to write it and make a video and put it out there because I know there's other kids that are going through this, and I know when I went through what I went through with my parents and addiction and everything, I felt really, really isolated, like there was no one there for me, like I was the only one that had ever really dealt with something like this. So I decided to put something out there to let all the kids that are still going through something like this, know that they're not alone, they're not the only ones that are going through it, that there's other people that have the same or similar issues going on at home, So I just wanted to let those kids know that I have their back. I've been where the end of the road lies. I remember the brittle look and feeling of the barbed wires that were my parents' broken, unfulfilled promises, and they were nightmares. Most kids have never felt what it's like to stay up till 5 a.m. and wake up at 7 the next day begging for sleep. Because sorrow and rage seeps through the house at night, and you never know if you might need to leave because Mom and Dad are just having one of those nights. My mother's love fell cold and dead as soon as she met her demons again. The only man that had ever seemed like a real father to me was putting on a masquerade to make it seem like we were all okay, like nothing was changing. But, slowly, things began to erode, fall apart, melt away, like their teeth. God, their teeth, one of the many places where they held their pain, other than their heart and their bones. Their teeth ached not just because of the monster that ripped holes in their gums, but from all the shows they had to put on, flashing smiles to keep people happy. When they were screaming in searing pain, just trying to keep it together. Their bones held pain in many ways, keeping their rage and defeat locked away and sealed in the crypts of their mind. Their heart ached at all the lies they knew they had made. With thin lines, my sister tried to sew herself together. She'd spend nights awake trying to stay alert. Her sleep cycle led her to setbacks in school and isolation. She only felt solstice in another man's arms. She sought shelter in broken hearts. My sister wasn't the only one falling apart in this desolate place. I felt my grip on reality slipping. I couldn't decipher the difference between my parents or the monsters controlling them. I sought shelter in hiding from my life in failed, rushed puppy love. My mom, a mangled figure of a skeleton, grew to become her demons. Her emptiness came at the price of my happiness. The man I look up to as a huge figure in my life weakened by their old sickness. These things of which I knew were not my parents. They were the demons that grew within them. But I guess old habits really do die hard.